foggy day. High humidity, probably around 8 Celsius, I'd guess. A little cool, just, you know, with all the humidity though, it's easy to sweat and going uphill. I hit the trail about 8 o'clock early, and I think it's about 11 to Muskrat Shelter. It'll be a full day. My left heel is a little tender. Kind of started to hurt last night for some reason after 2 days off. And well, eager to get back on the trail and enjoy the scenery. It really hasn't rained much, but not hard, at least not during the day. Hopefully it'll be like that today. These trees that look like arbutus in BC, but the tree limbs and bark aren't coming off like I would expect. It's different. But the leaves and the look of the trees are very similar. Not that I'm by any means an expert in what trees look like. I couldn't hardly pick out an oak without a leaf on it. I can probably pick out a pine or a cedar. Anyway, every now and then the sun is trying to poke out when I get up to near a peak, but I keep going down to a valley, and it doesn't feel quite so humid. It's a nice temperature. But a long walk to go. All I can hear are birds, which is kind of neat. I haven't been listening to any podcasts or music on the trail, not yet anyway. And I have not been going crazy thinking about things that are negative. I just think about that hill I'm on, or the shelter I'm heading toward, or possible rain. Nothing else is really entering my mind. And I wonder if that's like it for everyone else. But every now and then I have a conversation, and it's amazing how people think nearly identically about things when they get out here. You know, we all pack too much food in the beginning. Our pack is too heavy. We have nothing or no hunger for a couple of days. You know, things like that. We arrived.
We have arrived.
There's the pipe in the tree.
Yep, whole deal. Pretty awesome.
Just like on TV and on iPhones everywhere. I'm over the border. I'm over the border.
I haven't crossed yet.
Okay. At the moment, go ahead. I just crossed over the border. Now in North Carolina. Been a long walk. Been going continuous virtually for 4 hours. Yeah. I'm dehydrated. I have to stop for a drink and recharge of sugar levels. Maybe up ahead, or I see a guy doing it, I'll join him. Well, I wasn't, people are going up the trail there. I wasn't planning on just blowing by that sign, but I'll leave it for the other fellow who was trying to set something up, I think. And there'll be plenty more. So now I'm in North Carolina. Just a water spot at the bottom of the hill, and I got up partway and I thought, oh, time to finally sit down and have some cheese crackers and half a bottle of water with some, what do they call it? Some electrolyte drink, Pro-Lite, I think. I've hardly drank any water in the last 4 hours, and I kept thinking, the blood is going to get thicker and harder to pump, and heart attack coming. So don't want that to happen. And just after 12, I haven't checked Get Hoots, but that was a 78-mile marker where the state line was, and I think I really only have a couple more miles to go. So maybe 3 miles, so an hour and a half. If I get going soon, that means about 2 o'clock I'll be there, possibly in a shelter. But if it's not going to rain, and it probably will, you never know. It's been not bad most of today. Actually got a lot better. The fog kind of humidity was left behind as we went down into a valley, and it hasn't really appeared, and now there's a little bit of a breeze from behind, so it's keeping me from overheating. I have to get going before I get too cold. And I see what else. Well, as for a 00, kind of a bit boring yesterday. I walked up and down Rufus Eye, the town, I think two and a half times the length of it, and had coffee at Starbucks on the way out, and I heard a lot more of his life story. He has a lot more colorful background than I do, his family. I am so boring. I am a one-sided page, double-spaced storyline, and he's got a book. His father is very interesting. He was in the military, a trained physicist with a university degree, had probably even a master's, and his 2 sisters, older and one younger, and everything he went through. And then there was him and his family, married twice, has 1 child with the first wife, and similar in respect with my father and me. There wasn't a lot of contact, and right now the son is going through that tough period, when you're going from being a child to an adult. But we have a lot of similarities in the timeline, about when we met somebody, when we broke up, when we moved to a place, and that type of thing. We ended up here on the trail together. So we'll see how long we end up walking. He's a lot slower up the hill, but my left heel pad, very tender. I'm trying to favor stepping on the ball of foot, but whether, it just needs to keep going and toughening up, or what, I don't know. I mean, I had 2 days and I didn't have a problem when I went off trail, and it was only last night when I happened to press my heel and I felt that little pain, and realized I had a problem. I had no idea I had anything before that. So, anyway, it's all part of hiking constantly. I think this is like day 9 or 10, not including the zeros. So I guess I'll pack up, and next time we talk, I'll be at Muskrat Creek. I don't know if it's a creek, Muskrat Shelter, and that's about 11 point something miles from Dick's Gap, where we got let off, which is just a third of a mile up the road from top of Georgia, a hostel. This is supposed to be the scenic viewpoint, but you don't get to see much.
I just think it's kind of wasteful just to sit here all afternoon.
Or
Where are you
recover.
coming from?
Down.
I can't even remember who got dropped off. We stayed in Hiawassee last night.
Okay, yeah, so Deep Gap is further back, I think.
Oh, so I'm just hanging up my hammock up at the, what the heck is this one called? Magpie? Can't remember what the shelter is called. Anyway, just sit up my hammock, dry a couple of straps, just to lay down here, relax. It's not that great a shelter, and if it's not windy, I'll just put the quilts on the hammock, maybe unfurl the tarp if I need to, and sleep out here and leave them to the snoring. But I'll hold that in reserve and make a decision at the very end. And then I can tear down the hammock quickly enough. Just have to put it in the bishop bag and the straps, and wind up the tarp in the snake skin. As you can see up there, if you can see that. It was very uphill coming here today, and it was a tough one. I did the entire thing without stopping, more than 15 minutes a couple times, and that was about an hour and a half I got here, and still waiting for Rufus, who will probably be here in the next half hour, I imagine. I got a spot reserved for him in the shelter as well. It only takes 6, and there are a couple of guys who were at top of Georgia, were here with us again. A few people have gone on to another shelter that's about 4 miles on. I recognized a couple of the people that decided to go on. So that takes the pressure off here. There are a few campsites that have gone quite nice and sunny. Some puffy clouds up there, but maybe rain in the middle of the night or early in the morning. You never know. But it'll probably be like yesterday, earlier today, very overcast and potentially foggy. My legs are very tired. That heel, my left heel, the pad is very tender. Still don't know what caused that, but and the knees are still warm going downhill. I might try getting those sleeves you pull over your leg or maybe tape to lock the kneecap in place, and see how that goes for a day. Well, let's see. Anyway, I think the next shelter is another 11 miles, and I don't think it's the same elevation. I just be up and down, going across to get to it. So I'll probably leave early enough and meet these same guys over there, and see if we can get in the shelter or not. I guess I'll be thinking about dinner in another hour, and yeah, it's just a lazy afternoon after, how many hours is that? 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of continuous physical aerobic labor. And to do that again. It's taken a while for the body to acclimate, and now that the feet are starting to act up, I don't know. No blisters yet, but I guess say that heel on the knees. Getting old, I guess. Talk to you later.
getting over a breakup from August, and I keep replaying our conversations in my head as I walk up the mountains, and I was like,
Dude, get off.
Talk to someone else. Be not on the trail right now.